It's Week 5 of the 2026 season. And coming up, it's the Commanders' Offensive Player of the Year. He's coming off an incredible effort with over 200 yards rushing a week ago. It's the Commanders and the Giants, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand, and CD, you look at Washington coming into play here, and they know that they are in for a fight here.
And anytime you're dealing with the #1 defense in the league, all through your preparation, you know that yards are going to be tough to come by. But working in their favor, they can run the football. One of the top 5 teams in the league in that category. So I expect this one to be a tight, hard-hitting affair, and both teams.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Barkley, inside handoff. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throwing the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
This one left side caught by Gibson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Second and 1. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to it. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Robinson up the middle. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Second and 9 now. He's got Watkins on the out route. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Second and 6. Got him in. It's Brown. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. They'll run with Gibson. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Robinson. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw here. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And his kick is indeed good.
And it's 3-0 Washington. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And they'll run the option to start the drive.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down.
So that was all you were looking for. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
6 DBs on the field for Washington on 3rd down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction.
A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Jamie Gillen now on to punt.
Fielded at the 20. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there.
Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson, the Commander offense.
Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll go option to the short side.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he collapsed down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the second level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
On the give, here's Robinson.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And the ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4.
He'll look to throw.
Complete, it's Dotson.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 19. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up for the first and goal.
They'll run with Robinson. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr., his 8th rushing touchdown on the year.
And they are able to add on to their advantage.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Now the try here for the point after. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. So an early 10-0 lead for him now as they kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Giants going to take over again on offense.
They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2 things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll set up to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
So here is Washington now to take over.
They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10.
Handoff now to Robinson.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. He'll look to throw. Robinson's got it.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football.
As they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. This offense #1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and the run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
again here with Robinson. Oh, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And the Giants have it, it's picked up. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start out here with the option left. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
A first down carry for Barkley.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 32-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Looking to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And they'll work this down inside the 30. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw. And they hooked up there for a first down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll go option to the short side. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Well, he had success earlier in the drive, keeping it himself. Not here, though.
And sometimes when you have that kind of success, you can fall in love with the option a little bit too much and not give the defense credit for making adjustments themselves. And that play starts to lose its effectiveness.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down. And he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free.
On 4th down, here's the option.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Giants' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Partner, it wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about, assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Back onto the field now, the Commanders offense.
And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. No gain on the play. And it's second down.
These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Commanders who picked up the road victory, so they'll be fighting for the season sweep in this one.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The New York set to take the field.
The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. A handoff to Barkley on the option.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
On is J.B. Gillen to punt this one away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Now an option play, and he'll keep it.
Nifty footwork at the 45. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
He's going to keep this again. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here's the option.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
That's caught over the middle by Fant. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Throw left side, taken in by Claypool.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Back to throw here.
He's got it to Gibson.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. The end result, 21 yards.
And so much of football is about mismatches. And here, they're going to ride their running back out wide to the right. And I think defensively, there's a little indecision. They weren't quite sure how they wanted to defend that. And they weren't able to until he was way downfield.
Robinson gets the toss on the right side.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense because, to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. They're going to look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown.
CeeDee Lamb.
A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Extra point right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. New York ready to go again offensively.
They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Second and 11. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to air one out. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left, and he'll just get rid of it. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football.
And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. It's caught. Beckham.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw again. Looking left side, he's got it, complete.
And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And that one tied 14 apiece in the second quarter. From Chicago, we head north to the home of their rivals as we check on the Packers at home in Lambeau. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. The Packers trying to hold on and claim victory. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Derrick Henry, a touchdown run in the victory. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Giants. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for Washington, they had a little bit more success on the ground than their opponents did.
and that should set them up well for the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on third. They'll drop to throw.
Able to connect with Dotson. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go option to the short side. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 4 receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5.
Out of his hands quickly to CeeDee Lamb. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Ball start.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
The full start backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 59 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 38.
Robinson with another carry.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. 2nd and 3. Now the ball comes loose. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, CD, that's one of those plays you put a mark by. I mean, that could be a big momentum swing here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Yeah, we may have to revisit it, right? Because if that drive ends up in the end zone, they're sitting pretty at that point. Now, instead, it's a 2-score game. That has a chance to tighten up considerably.
The drive will start with an option going left. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback.
He'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Barrett. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly are loading up today, partner, because they've put big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
And a fair catch is taken here, a step or two inside the 45-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Robinson. And some room to work.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 94 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Man open left side is Brown. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run. Big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise. Methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me, and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that, so you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Giants.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. He'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field. He is knocking on the door for 100 yards in this ball game.
And it's so important. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. Just short of it, a little bit over. A little bit over feels better to everyone. Offensive line, running back, team totals. Just something magical about breaking that barrier.
Yeah, he's right there on the doorstep now. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. They'll look to throw here. Throw right side complete to Dotson. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now here's the option play going left. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest. And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game?
It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson, the Commander offense.
He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6. Looking to throw.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back to throw now on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Here's 2nd and 8.
And they were looking to set up the screen, but that's going to be incomplete. Almost wound up going the other way. Well covered defensively, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Shepard. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll run for it with Barkley, able to slither by. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10.
Now they'll throw here, out of the gun.
Over the middle.
And a loose football. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And I I don't know that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They begin the drive with Robinson. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw. Quick slant. And it's a fumble. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And New York set to take the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the ball is knocked out.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Well, look at Washington as they come onto the field.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
They'll start by running the option to the right. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
A short game that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Caught left side. It's Beckham.
And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll look to throw again. And my goodness, another interception.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Now for the point after. And the lead is now an even 30. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
And New York set to take the field.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left. They'll set up a throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And his throw here is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
That pass complete to Deontay Hardy.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. On the draw, this is Barkley. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Back to throw here. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs.
So they've converted their first 2 4th-down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lobby for that 3rd one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
121 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Back to Robinson now on first down.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Again, it's Robinson. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw.
Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Down to about the 45.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Robinson up the middle.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
On 3rd down, Robinson.
And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
On the give, here's Robinson.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
They'll run this one right with Robinson.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And they got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
Robinson, he'll try the left side.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
This was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute, both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
So for Washington,
their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Houston Texans next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys.